The information, and more specifically, the nature of the information that I now share with you, esteemed viewer, is disconcerting to say the least. At a quantum level, it can be considered quantum entanglement to even share this very type of nature, to even reveal the energy, this thought current of reality behind the information, if you will. What I mean is, it's disturbing, and I warn you, I forewarn you. It involves coordination, conspiracy, and keep in mind, the word conspiracy simply is based upon to conspire, and the definition of conspire is essentially when more than one person, it can be simply two, when two people get together and agree on a future course of action. At that point, they have conspired. So the nature of this information and the ramifications are disturbing, and I justify sharing this information because really there's nothing that I can do about this information except expose it, to share it. But at a personal level, the action that I can take is to simply continue to expand and enlighten my consciousness, to divinate, to infuse with divination my very being, my consciousness. So with the very act of my awareness of who I am, my ethics, how I conduct myself, but by the very enlightened fact of my source-connected existence, is how I believe that I can do something about this type of information. And I believe that the more that this expansion and increase in frequency among all of us, the more that that begins to take place and happen, the more that it's we invoke, bring heaven to earth, to take that Christ consciousness for reality and begin to project it into our 3D mutant matrix, thus increasing the dimensional reality of our collective existence. All right, that was a little awkward, but it's the nature of this information is frankly, it's disturbing. And before I get into it, it's helpful to know one of the terms I'm going to use, MI5. And MI5 is essentially the United Kingdom's, their version of the FBI, the Federal Bureau of Investigation. There's the MI5 and then MI6, MI6 being their CIA, Central Intelligence, more international, type of organization. So MI5, it's important to know what that is when I share with you the following information. And because this goes at a very deep level, the synchronicities, the coincidences that are involved in this information are astounding. The powers that be, the deep state, the Illuminati, the dark cabal are an ancient and old order and fully understand the occulted nature of our existence. They are all ceremonial magicians. They are all have leveraged technology to the utmost to enhance their already natural understanding of intention and energy and alchemy. Okay, so it is vitally important to understand the type of reality that we all interact in, and the omniverse as well. If anything, this type of information I share should be sobering. It should be lighting a fire within your willpower to every day improve yourself and no longer be a slave to this digital matrix, artificial intelligence hive mind, slave pen, slave reality. So anyway, remember, MI5 is the FBI for the UK, United Kingdom. So But in the archives section of the MI5's, the UK FBI's headquarters in the Thames House in London, it contains a document referred to as the Cainite Destiny that to this day has never been explained. On the 22nd of May, 1945, shortly after the end of World War II, British soldiers arrested SS Sturmbannführer Friedrich Welt and adjutant to Reichsführer SS Heinrich Himmler. The soldiers found a document concealed in a compartment in the heel of one of Welt's shoes. Now, as soon as the MI5 officers questioned him about it, Welt committed suicide by biting down on a cyanide capsule that he had hidden in a fake tooth. The document is a single page from Welt's personal diary. The rest of has never been recovered and is presumed lost or destroyed. The diary, that is. The entry describes, this is the page that was found in his heel, that he committed suicide over to rather than give up any further information. But the entry of that page describes the moment on 12 March 1938 when Hitler took possession of the Spear of Destiny, the lance thrust into the side of Jesus Christ at the Crucifixion. Reinhard Weiss, the German-born Cambridge University history professor, employed by MI5 to translate and interpret the page and its contents, defied any conventional version of history or of Nazism of which he was aware. He believed it was the most significant document on earth and claimed the world's very future depended on it. When MI5 rejected his conclusions and dismissed the Cainite Destiny as the fantastic ramblings of a Nazi madman, Weiss gave up his job and moved to America to prepare for what he was certain was coming. Now, I'm going to leave that as a cliffhanger. I'm quite certain the astute occultist, simply keep in mind occult means hidden, that's occluded nature of history, looking behind what the mainstream, lamestream media has spoon-fed people. As long as people are happy with their iPhones and blah, 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 and their bicameral politics and blah, 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 and, and pursuing their materialist agenda to, but not really digging and investing the effort that is required to be a truth seeker and fully understand the nature of this collective reality that we live in. And so if you are an astute occultist, you understand what is coming that has already been introduced, what we are up against, because it is not going to go away with little love and light, the Ashtar command and all that stuff. I believe that is ultimately a type of psyops by the government. That's why I live in Texas, where the Second Amendment is inviolate. It is sacrosanct. And if anything is going to save the world, I believe it's the state of Texas. Now, and I don't think I'm being, what's that word? Overly prideful of where I live, but it's just the facts of the matter, folks. But leaving that topic aside, I'm sharing this information, and I'm not being very coming forth with details right now. I'm trying to merely impress upon you that there is a very sinister current to our world, and it's not all love and light. I know that, and I purposely try to stay away from all the overly, dark conspiracy theories and share empowering people, because I truly feel that is how we all get through this, and ultimately what matters. But there is also a practicality and pragmatism to be had from being aware of the waters in which you swim in, and there are monsters out there, and the abyss does exist. And but anyway, I'm going to share, it's throughout the weekend. It's Friday night, but I'm have some information on the Spear of Destiny and what that's all about, and how that factors in to the organization that King Solomon the Wise, who was actually considered an apostate. He was, at that time, he was studied witchcraft and magic from all of the, the spiritual technologies of all the traditions, Babylonian, Chaldean, Assyrian, Akkadian, Sumerian. He was a man of knowledge. He was, the seals of the angels. He was delved deeply, and his organization is essentially still alive. Where he founded the Masonic organization, and there, who is in charge, essentially, who is behind the deep state, Illuminati, dark cabal, and their plans have been, around for centuries. You've seen the beginnings of the Great Reset, what it's all about. The information's there. It's not really beneficent to keep your head buried in the sand. So I share this information merely to drive motivation to whomever watches this video all the way through and understands that improving yourself, expanding your consciousness is imperative. If this information does not compel you to dig deeper, to strive with more effort to improve your consciousness and raise your Christ consciousness into this world, then I don't know what is. But it is imperative that you begin to act as if you were a soldier with a mission. Can't say it any other way than that. It is that serious. That I take it that serious. There is a war for organic consciousness versus this artificial intelligence hive mind, and I'm trying to recruit folks. If you agree, hit the subscribe button, leave this video a thumbs up, and stay tuned as in the days ahead, I'll be sharing some information, a little bit more on this topic, okay?
Namaste. Namaskaram.